Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Just in case if you're new here, my name is Clay. I do makeup here, and if that's something that you're interested in, feel free to subscribe and also turn on my bell post notifications. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I came from looking like this onto looking like this. Make sure to stay tuned after the intro. First things first, I'm going to do is I'm going to prime. I'm going to use the e.l.f. primer. I'm just going to squirt it in my hand like this. And since this is a very thick formula, I'm just going to go ahead and spray it to sort of water it down. Then I'm going to rub my hands together and just rub that all over the face. Now that my skin's very reactionary, since I've rubbed all over it with my hands, I'm going to go ahead and start applying foundation. I'm going to use the Haus Labs foundation. I recently got a Sephora in my town, and it's at Kohl's, and yes, it's a very small little thing, but they did have Haus Labs. I was very excited about this. I got me some Haus Labs. I'm just gonna do a little pump right there. That was way too much, I already know. And I'm first gonna apply that with a foundation brush. I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics foundation brush. And while I'm applying this to my face, I have a goal, and it's to get monetized. And if you're watching at this point, if you can you please like, comment, and subscribe, turn on my bell post notifications, and also watch this video all the way through to the very end. That would be greatly appreciated because I need those watch hours. I'm just going to go ahead and start blending it out. Yes, I did put too much foundation on that pan. Why do I use a pan? Because I don't like getting product on the back of my hand. That's why. Politics has been intense lately. No, I'm not going to talk about politics today. But I'm just going to say, in general, it has been intense lately. I've just been keeping a very close eye out on a lot of things. And upcoming in 2026, there is a link in my description where you can go ahead and get registered to vote if you're at voting age. So if you haven't registered to vote, go ahead and register to vote. It gives you all the updated details. And the type of election that it is the Congress and senatorial races. Every Congress representative will have a new term to apply for, or also to run for to get reelected. And some senators are up for reelection. It will give you all the details on what your expected race is in your area. And my biggest advice is just to do your research on your candidates and vote accordingly based off of your moral compass, not on who tells you who to vote for. And I'm going to take the sponge and sort of just blend out underneath the eyes so that I can make that a little more seamless, and blend this around so that any streaks that there may be will be buffed out. I don't do rubbing back and forth with sponge. I just bounce it all over the face. And while I'm doing that, I also have another goal. If you can you go follow me on Instagram? I'm trying to get up to 5,000 subscribers to be able to create a messaging channel where whoever's a part of that group chat, which I will be the only one who will be able to forward messages to, such as like updates, behind the scenes, and also I'll let you know when exactly I do posts. The reason why I want to get that is because YouTube sometimes has a bad habit of not showing my viewers who have my post notifications on my YouTube videos and their notifications. If you want to keep up with all my stuff, I would suggest for you to go follow me over on Instagram. And when I hit 5,000 subscribers, I will create that channel. No, followers, I'm sorry. That looks flawless. That actually matches my neck pretty well. Not exactly, but pretty well. Has a right undertone. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some concealer. How have you guys been? Sound off in the comments section down below. I'm serious. I love talking to you. And I'm just going to apply like one dot right here and one little streak like that right there. And I like to dab that out with my finger to make it more high coverage. Then when I get it blended out in the way that I wanted it, and also the texture, I go in with a sponge to sort of buff out the edges to keep it from looking so harsh. Good enough. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that down through the side of the nose and blend out from underneath the eye. And I like to go inwards and outwards to give it more of that lifted look. You see what I mean? I'm going to take a small bit of contour and sculpt the face. I'm just going to go ahead and take a small bit right up here. I have an oval shaped face, so this technique is more for oval shapes. I'm just going to go downwards and curve a little bit up just to give the cheekbones a little more definition. And I'm just going to go ahead and contour the nose. I do it pretty well heavy, and I'm going to go ahead and put a small box right there to sort of round off the forehead, because I pull my hair back up in a ponytail and I rip out my hair. So I have a receded hairline because of that. I look like sexy Squidward. And my nose looks crooked. Wonderful. And I'm going to take the sponge and just dab it out upwards. And just do that until it gets blended up to my liking. Now that I'm done with the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and spray the sponge a little bit because it's a little bit dried out with some setting spray. Then I'm going to go in with some setting powder. I've been really liking this Wet n Wild pink setting powder. It's the vibe at the moment, so I'm enjoying it. Normally I don't like Wet n Wild setting powders because they make me look dry as a Sahara Desert. But I've been learning to be a little more conservative with the powder since I'm getting older. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that underneath the eye. You see how that looks airbrushed, but not conservative in real life. Well, I am very demure in real life. And just set a little bit on the forehead because I have scars on my forehead, not wrinkles from bad Chinese makeup. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. I'm going to take a powder brush and just take a small amount like that. Press the bristles into the product into the bristles. And I'm going to go ahead and do it a little heavier today because I'm feeling a little more creative. See how that looks? Oh my gosh. Almost reminds me of that 80s look, but a little more better. That makes sense. Why doesn't it want to show up on this side that well? Because I have more texture on this side. That's the reason why. But my skin's been pretty well underneath control since the winter broke. I don't know. Or it could be where I sleep on this side and it's aging faster. Now we're going to go in with a little bronzer. Yes, I hit pan. And I'm going to take this hair. I'm going to take this powder brush. I like using two different powder brushes because I don't like mixing the bronzer together because it makes it look muddy. And yes, I've hit pan on it. I'm going to use it all the way up and then I'll buy a new one or go to the next one, which I have like a few of them have too much makeup already. So I'm using up what I got. And a small bit on the nose. Wanted to use my NYX highlighter, but I can't find it at the moment. So I'm going to use another highlighter. I'm going to use the Maybelline one. I haven't used this one in a while, but I do remember liking it. It gave like a natural glow. And this is their baked highlighter. So I'm going to use this brush and just apply it right there on the high cheekbones. That's a beautiful summer highlighter. And I put that on a little too heavy. I forgot how pigmented this is. Okay, so I'm just gonna knock off the excess and start blending it where it will be a little more softer. A little bit on the nose. And I'm gonna take a little bit right up here on the forehead, just to give it a little more of that summer beam. That glowing within. A little bit on the chin, a little bit above the lip. Ooh, that tickled. And I'm going to be very demure today, so I'm just going to go ahead and start working on the eyes. I'm going to use the highlighter and just put it all over the inner crease right there. And I'm going to go with a little bit of mascara. This is a Crush Clumper by CoverGirl, one of my favorites for like an everyday natural look. What I understand, they no longer have the brown black one, so that's unfortunate. But they do have the brown and the black. And what I like to do with the lower lashes is just pull the eye down, the lid space down for the lower, and just lightly graze it. Very simple. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the brows. I'm going to take a little bit of tinted brow gel and just sculpt the brows and sort of just shape them into place. And yes, you are seeing my unibrow right now. No, I will not shave it anytime soon. I'm going to try to shape this downwards where it will be more of a masculine brow, but I highly doubt I'm going to be able to accomplish that. No, I might as well just have two different faces. And I'm going to take this, what is this called? I think it's a lash thing, but I'm just going to take it through the brow sort of just to help shape it a little better. There we go. And I'm going to go in with a shimmering lip gloss that I got in PR from e.l.f. This is the, what is it called? The shimmering lip oil, no, the Glow River lip oil glimmer finish in the shade Princess Cut. And I'm just going to apply that all over the bottom lip and rub the lips together. And only thing I gotta do left is just set the makeup and just draw on the face. And this is the complete look. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video to all your friends. And with that being said, I do thank you for watching. Remember to do all things with love. And until next time, bye.